Hey everybody, this is Matt at Sparkle Farm. We're going to be working on the Power King today. Should be a really quick fix. But last week I had some starting issues that stemmed from me blowing the glass fuse in there. So this tractor's from the 70s. Works great, starts great till last week. So I left the key on, but I blew a fuse, and I didn't have any extra 20 amp glass fuses here on the property. So every time I went out, I'd try and, whatever shop I was going to, I'd always look, and nobody had glass fuses anymore. So I decided to update the tractor all the way from the 70s to the 90s. So I purchased online, it's just a fuse, inline fuse, but it takes the mini fuses. So that's what my car, or my truck, and Sparkle's car take now. So we figured we'd just change everything over, so then we have whatever we need on hand for everything. Alright, I'll show you what I did until these parts came in the mail. So since I didn't have a fuse, and I still needed to work, tinfoil. It's not ideal. Don't do it long term or at all if you don't have to, but I still needed it. So that's what I ended up doing. Alright, so let's get in there and see what we have to do to change it out. Alright, so the part I'm changing is right under my hand. That's where the glass fuse is. So it hooks up to the amp meter on the front, and then I'm just going to cut this and hook a butt splice into it. Let me go get the right stuff to do it. Alright, so I'm going to start with disconnecting the battery back here. Alright, now we should be able to take this all apart. I got my wrench on there, my socket on there. Should be quick, yep. Hope you can see what I'm doing here. So that's part of it. So what I'm going to do now is, I don't have much room to really be in here, so I'm going to stretch that as far as I can and cut. Alright, I pulled that actually pretty far. I don't know, hopefully it focuses. So now we need to take our wire strippers. I don't know where I set that. Oh, here we go. Alright, so this is, so when you get this is just a big loop. So I'm going to cut it a little offset, and I'm going to strip both sides. So I always twist it. Then it's always seems to go on a little nicer. Alright, I'm going to shorten that up a little bit. Do the same on the other side. So this is actually nice. This is the first time I get to work in the shop on something, and I'm not stepping over 1,000 things. Alright, so I'm going to put the butt splice on the longer side. Let me grab my crimper. See what I mean? Look how fast that was to get that. Alright, so I'm going to crimp this end. This end here. I already stripped it. So I like to just get it set up and ready to go in a compromising spot. And I give it a little tug. Good crimp. Alright, so I have my 20 amp fuse in there. Make sure I got it in nice and tight. So this is a waterproof cap for it. Not that I think I need it, but so now put that back on the stud. Putting it back together. So this is one of the nicest fixes I've had to do in a while. I just had to wait a little longer for the parts to come in the mail. Alright, so I have this down here, all tucked away, nice and neat. So let's hook up the battery. Alright, let's move this and this all out of the way. Well, it turns over, so that's a good sign. Alright, now that it's off. So foil does work, not recommended, but if you're a pinch out in the woods or I was behind the workshop when this happened, but I'm gonna throw the battery on charge for a little bit. It's just I ran it down, and we're gonna go from there. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. Hit subscribe. We'll have more tractor videos coming up, but I'm gonna get into working back on the wine room.